out there, live from our A camera out in Ridgefield. Welcome back to Afternoon Live. You know, February is American Heart Month to raise awareness about heart disease and how people can prevent it. So here to share her personal story and mission, we welcome, representing the American Heart Association, local survivor, Molly Burdick is with us.
Hey.
Molly, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
So I want you to take us right on back to that day.
Yeah.
You were rushed to the hospital. You're the mother of a toddler,
Yeah.
going about your daily life, I suppose.
Yep.
What happens?
So I wake up with my heart rate probably around 180, 190 beats per minute. Drop my son off at my parents' house first. It's like I don't even think twice about my health. Then I go to the hospital, and that's when they tell me that I'm in a dangerous arrhythmia and they need to fix it.
So wait. This just came out of nowhere, and how did you know your heart was beating 180 miles a minute? I mean, could you feel it?
Oh, you feel it, yeah. It goes really, really, really fast, and you have a hard time breathing, and just have this crazy headache, and like you look down, you can just see like
What?
the clothing on your body just move with your heartbeat. Yeah.
Get out of here. So is
Yeah.
this the first time you had ever even experienced anything like that?
Yeah, that's the first time. But I mean, growing up, I definitely had heart palpitations, chest pain, things like
Oh,
that.
you did?
Yeah, but this is the first time that anything like this had ever happened to me.
So when you were younger, you always experienced something feeling off, or how did you know you actually had heart palpitations?
I did. So I used to tell doctors all the time that I thought I had heart problems when I was a kid because I'd be out of breath, or my heart would race, or I'd have heart palpitations where it feels like my heart was like skipping a beat. But because I was an athlete, they said, no, there's no way that you have heart problems, you're an athlete. And I'd pass all the stress tests and everything that they put me through because I was always doing something.
Right. So so all those years,
Yeah.
you did have something going on.
Yes.
Nobody believed.
Yeah, so I just fought through it.
Yeah, like we do.
Fought through it.
And so is this why it's mainly a killer of women,
Yeah.
heart disease?
Yeah, one in 3 women have heart disease, and 80% of women with heart disease, it is preventable. However, again, with women, like we're so used to always doing everything. We're so used to just kind of fighting through the pain, fighting through whatever's going on. So women will have a stroke or heart attack, and they'll just be like, no, it's just stress. I got to get my kids to school. I got to make dinner. And next thing you know, like you have more women dying. It is the #1 killer of women.
So, okay, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
By the way, what a miracle. So you got to
Yes.
the hospital, they
Yeah.
tell you this is major, this is serious.
Yep.
And then what?
They gave me medication that stopped my heart in hopes of resetting it. So it stopped my heart, and you feel it. There's just this intense pain.
You
that
were
starts-
awake when they stopped your heart?
I was awake. I was completely awake. Yeah, they gave me something called adenosine. And what it does is it stops your heart for like about a second. You just have this rush of pain that goes from your head, down your arms, across your chest, down your leg, and it's like you can't really move, and at the end you're just like, and so they did that to me twice. That didn't work, so I had to sign a release that gave them permission to cardiovert me to shock my heart because there was a chance that I wouldn't wake up from that.
Oh my goodness. This sounds traumatic.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. Like running through my mind, I didn't know if I'd see my son again, and he was only a couple years old, and so it was a lot of emotions running through me when I signed that.
So fast forward, I mean you're here now, so
Here
clearly,
now.
so what worked, what happened?
Yeah, so after that, I was on heart medication for many years. I went through really bad PTSD where it was just constant anxiety every day,
Right.
just afraid to live but scared to die. So you're just kind of stuck in this interim position where you just kind of cocoon yourself just to try to shut out anything bad that could ever happen. And I realized that I wasn't living, and doctors couldn't help me. Surgeries that I had didn't seem to help, and so I kind of had to figure things out on my own, and I found rock climbing.
Which is so incredible to me. So
Yeah.
how are you, talk about being afraid of dying.
Yes.
You found healing somehow through rock climbing. Tell me about that.
I did, and in fact, I found myself like 100 feet up on a rock at Smith Rock, just anchored into the rock, having to figure out how to rappel down. No one else was up there with me, so I was like, okay, if I do this the wrong way, I'm just gonna rappel off my rope, and that's gonna be it.
Right.
And I learned the difference between like real fear and just like imagined fear. So rather than like being scared of leaving my house, it was like, wow, I have to figure out how to get myself like off this rock.
Yeah.
And I did that, and I was just completely hooked to rock climbing, and I didn't have those issues anymore with anxiety. And whenever I did have issues with my heart and heart racing and heart palpitations, I just go to the rock gym and I just like climb it out, and it was completely healing.
That's a new hashtag.
Yeah.
Climb it out.
Climb
I've
it
heard that
out.
one before.
Yeah.
So now your son is how old now?
My son's 10 years old now.
And is he also into rock climbing?
He's also into rock
What?
climbing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So this
Yeah.
is a family affair now.
It is. He's into rock climbing, and he's into anything that's American Ninja Warrior related. So we just stay
Right.
active. Yeah.
So that's something else that you're doing.
Yes.
You're here comes Liv. Here's the
Yeah.
family picture. We want to take a look at everybody. I think it's coming up. I think it's
Okay.
coming up. Well, anyway, even if it, look,
Yeah.
are you injured now? Oh, there's a family picture. Look at
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah, myself and my husband and my son Garrick.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
now they're very supportive of all
They're
of your
amazingly-
adventures.
Yes, amazingly supportive. They are there with me through everything, like thick and thin. They know it's the best thing for me, and they come with me and join me on different trips and to the gym and everything. It's pretty great.
So now we know that maybe rock climbing won't be for everyone, but
Yeah.
you are on a mission. And I love this statement that you make. If you can't beat fear, do it scared.
Yeah, so I read that in a quote. It said, if you can't beat fear, do it scared. And so there are so many times where either going to a high elevation, where I go into a hypoxia because I wasn't getting enough oxygen, and it would scare me, and a lot of times it would make me fearful of like getting outdoors and doing it again. And I realized like I'm here today because I did things scared. I'm here today because I kept pushing through and wouldn't stop. So when new things come up, rather than it stopping me dead in my tracks, like I don't want to be the person that I was, like scared on the couch anymore. So it's like, well, I got to do it. So like, girl, you can't get over it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
just go out and do it. So I do a lot of things scared, and afterwards it's freeing, and it's like pure joy.
Wow, adrenaline and joy.
Yeah.
I look at the joy on your face. I would
Yeah.
definitely not have that
Yes.
face if I was climbing a rock. But congrats to you, and thank you for
you.
sharing your story.
Yeah.
Seriously, because we need to know about this and advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
We know what's going on with us, so thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you.
And all the best, and
Yeah.
the whole family, rock climbing and all. All right,
Thank
we're going to
you
have
so
more
much.
information on our website at KATU.com. Hey, coming up next, tips on how to reconnect and stay in touch when life seems so busy. Hang tight. Thank you so much. I hope you're feeling okay.
Yeah.